This is the Alienware Aurora ACT125. It looks really fancy for a pre-built, it's sleek, it's stylish, it's modern, and it has pretty powerful hardware. I mean, if you look at it, it's got an Intel Ultra 7 265F, an RTX 5070 with 12GB of VRAM and 32GB of DDR5 RAM. What's not to like with this pre-built? Well, that's what we're here for. I'm Tom, and don't buy this pre-built until you watch this video, so let's jump right into the performance you can expect with this pre-built. Now we're gonna test these games at 1440p, so let's start with Valorant. Now, I think this PC is pretty much overkill for Valorant, but if you have to know, let's keep it quick. In our testing at high settings, this game reached more than 500 frames per second, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot, unless you actually have a really expensive monitor that can do like more than 500 Hz of gaming, but that'll cost about probably half the price of this pre-built, or maybe even more. CS2 on high settings again at 1440p, and this pre-built nets us an average FPS of a little less than 300 frames per second. That's pretty cool. And of course, Cyberpunk. It just never goes away, does it? At the absolute highest settings, and that's with RT Overdrive, with DLSS set to balanced, and we get an average FPS of just around 60 frames per second. I guess that's reasonable considering the 5070 isn't really the most powerful GPU for ray tracing, so there's that. The motherboard on this pre-built is proprietary, meaning it's Alienware's own thing, or rather Dell's own thing. The pre-built has 32GB of DDR5 RAM installed at the moment. That's two 16GB modules, both clocked at 5200 megatransfers, which is good enough. If you do want to upgrade your RAM, your options are going to be slightly limited since you can only replace the existing RAM instead of adding more, because you only really get two RAM slots. If you do, however, decide on upgrading, you could upgrade to 64GB of RAM, and that's the maximum support memory configuration, at least officially. I'm not saying you have to upgrade your RAM though, but if you do want to upgrade your RAM, I've got just the right modules for you. This pre-built also has 3 Gen 5 PCIe slots. Gen 5, alright? Upgrading the storage should be fairly easy, and with that, I definitely recommend upgrading your storage because it's probably the first thing that'll run out. Or rather, it's the first thing that you'll have to upgrade because games are getting quite large nowadays. Now, back to the pre-built itself. If you just think about it just even a little bit, it's just slightly more expensive compared to a few other pre-builts with an RTX 5070. One example is this pre-built gaming PC with an i7 14700F and an RTX 5070. This pre-built PC, for all intents and purposes, has about the same performance as the ACT125, but come on, it looks hideous. This Alienware ACT125, on the other hand, has both form and function, and Alienware also promises great cable management, so there's that. Make of that what you will. As for this pre-built ports, the front bed of the PC has one 3.5mm audio jack, two USB 3.2 USB Type-A ports, and one 3.2 USB Type-C port. At the back we have the usual ports, line in and out ports, an Ethernet port, and of course, the rest of the USB ports, namely, one USB 4 Type-C port, two USB 3.2 Type-A ports, two USB 2.0 Type-A ports, and one USB 3.2 Type-C port. And that's about it. For just a little under $1,900, I think it's a pretty sweet and awesome deal. If, however, you want a cheaper and similarly performing alternative, there's the iBuy Power Slate Mesh with the i7 14700F and the RTX 5070. It's only on sale for about $1,600, and you can get this by scanning this QR code or through the link down below. Personally though, I would go for the Alienware ACT125. It's just a much better looking PC, and the Ultra 7 265F probably runs cooler than the i7 14700F. That's not the only issue though. 13th and 14th gen Intel processors were plagued by instability issues and whatnot. I think paying a bit more for the ACT125 is just a safer bet overall, and if you are interested in the ACT125, go ahead and click on the links in the description below or scan these QR codes. I've included a storage and memory upgrade just for you too, but they're entirely optional, only when you want them really. Anyhow, thanks for watching and have an awesome day.